If you are a man in your 70s or perhaps your 80s, I want you to pause with me for a moment. Take a slow breath in and gently let it out, because what we are about to talk about tonight is not about fear, not about numbers on a medical chart, and certainly not about telling you that age is something to fight against. No, this conversation is about wisdom, balance, and the quiet understanding that the human body, especially a body that has lived a long, meaningful life, deserves to be cared for with patience and respect. Many men who reach 70, 75, or even 80 years of age have spent decades doing what responsible people do. They follow instructions, they listen to their doctors, they try their best to make healthy choices, and when they go into a clinic and a blood pressure number appears on a screen, it can feel like that number defines everything. If the number is good, everyone smiles. If the number is too high, there is worry, adjustments, sometimes new medications, sometimes more appointments. But life, especially later in life, is rarely that simple. Your body at 75 is not the same body you had at 45. It is wiser, it has adapted, it has changed in remarkable ways, and understanding those changes can help you care for yourself in a way that supports comfort, stability, and long-term well-being. So tonight, I want to walk beside you for a little while, not as someone giving orders, but as a calm voice, a supportive guide, sharing knowledge that may help you better understand how your body works as the years pass. Because the truth is, growing older does not mean growing weaker. In many ways, it means becoming more aware, more thoughtful, and more connected to what your body is quietly telling you. And when it comes to blood pressure, those quiet signals matter. Let's imagine something together. Picture a man who is 78 years old. He wakes up in the morning, makes a cup of coffee, perhaps reads the newspaper or checks the garden outside his window. Later that week, he visits his doctor for a routine checkup. He sits calmly in the chair while the cuff wraps around his arm. The machine hums softly, squeezes, and then releases. The number appears. The doctor studies the reading, thinking carefully about what it means. For many years, conversations about blood pressure have often centered around the same familiar idea. Lower numbers are always better. For younger adults, especially those in their 40s and 50s, keeping blood pressure under control can indeed support heart health and overall well-being over time, but when we begin to talk about people in their mid-70s, 80s, and beyond, the conversation becomes more nuanced. And that nuance matters. Because the body that has carried you through decades of life operates differently now than it once did. Your heart still works faithfully, your blood still moves through your vessels, but the structures that support circulation, the arteries, the natural sensors inside the body, and the way medications are processed all evolve gradually with time. This is not a flaw of aging, it is simply part of the remarkable journey of a living system adapting over many years. Let's talk gently about one of those changes. As people grow older, arteries slowly become less elastic than they were in youth. When we are young, blood vessels behave almost like flexible tubes, expanding slightly with every heartbeat, cushioning the movement of blood. Over the years, those vessels become a little firmer. This is a very common and natural part of aging. Because of that change, the body sometimes needs slightly higher pressure to move blood efficiently to important organs like the brain and kidneys, especially when standing, when gravity is working against the flow of blood. Another small but important change happens inside specialized sensors within the circulatory system. These sensors quietly monitor pressure changes throughout the day. When someone stands up from a chair or gets out of bed, these sensors help the body adjust. They signal the heart and blood vessels to maintain steady circulation. In younger bodies, this adjustment happens almost instantly. In older bodies, the response may be a little slower. Again, this is not a problem. It is simply the body moving at its own rhythm. And then there is another factor many people do not often think about. The way the body processes medications can also change gradually over time. The liver and kidneys continue doing their jobs faithfully, but sometimes they work at a slightly different pace than they once did. This means certain medications may stay in the system longer or have stronger effects than expected. All of these natural shifts help explain why conversations about blood pressure in older adulthood are not always as straightforward as they once seemed. Some people notice something interesting as they get older. They might stand up from a comfortable chair and, for a brief moment, feel slightly lightheaded. Not always, just occasionally. Perhaps when getting out of bed or standing after sitting for a while. Often this feeling passes quickly, like a small wave moving through the body. Moments like this are worth paying attention to, not with worry, but with awareness, because your body is communicating something valuable. It may simply be saying, take your time, move gently, let your circulation catch up. And honoring that message is part of caring for yourself wisely. One of the most empowering things an older adult can do is become familiar with their own patterns of blood pressure, not just the number measured in a doctor's office once every few months, but the rhythm of the body throughout normal daily life. Many people now choose to keep a simple blood pressure monitor at home. These devices are widely available and easy to use. Checking blood pressure at a consistent time each morning or evening can provide helpful insight into how the body behaves naturally. Over time, a pattern emerges, and patterns tell a story. Sometimes people notice that their blood pressure is slightly higher in the evening or a little lower in the morning. Sometimes it varies depending on activity, hydration, or rest. This is completely normal. What matters most is the overall trend over time, not a single momentary reading. Another helpful awareness involves how the body responds when moving from lying down to standing. A gentle self-check can sometimes reveal how well circulation adjusts during those transitions. For example, someone might rest comfortably on a bed or couch for several minutes, allowing the body to settle. Then they check their blood pressure while still lying down. After standing up, they check again. This simple observation can sometimes reveal how the body adapts when gravity changes the position of circulation. If there is a noticeable shift, it simply becomes useful information to discuss during a future appointment with a healthcare professional. There is no need for alarm, just awareness. And awareness leads to better conversations. Because health is rarely about chasing a perfect number. It is about finding balance, stability, and comfort within your own body. Every individual is unique. Two men may be the same age, yet their lifestyles, histories, and physical conditions may be completely different. One might enjoy daily walks, gardening, or playing with grandchildren. Another may be managing several long-term health conditions and moving more slowly through the day. Both deserve thoughtful care, but their needs are not identical. That is why personal conversations with healthcare professionals are so valuable. Medicine works best when it listens carefully to the person behind the numbers. A blood pressure reading is only one small piece of a much larger picture. Energy levels, balance, sleep, comfort, and mental clarity all matter just as much. When older adults begin paying closer attention to these signals, something powerful happens. They become active partners in their own well-being. Instead of feeling as though health decisions are happening around them, they become part of the discussion. They ask questions. They share observations. They describe how their body actually feels during everyday life. And that kind of communication can lead to more thoughtful and individualized care. Because the goal of healthy aging is not perfection. The goal is living well, living with strength, dignity, independence, and peace of mind. There is tremendous wisdom in the body of a man who has lived 70 or 80 years. Think about all the experiences that body has carried you through. Long days of work, family celebrations, difficult seasons, moments of triumph. Through it all, your heart kept beating, your lungs kept breathing, your circulation continued its quiet work every second of every day. That deserves respect. It deserves patience. And it deserves care that honors the unique needs of this stage of life. Many older adults discover that simple lifestyle habits play a powerful role in supporting overall health. Gentle movement, such as walking or stretching, can help maintain circulation. Staying hydrated throughout the day helps the body regulate blood flow. Balanced meals provide nourishment for the heart, muscles, and brain. Restful sleep gives the body time to restore itself. None of these practices require perfection. They simply invite consistency. Small choices made daily can support vitality in ways that feel natural and sustainable. Another important aspect of healthy aging is staying connected. Conversation, laughter, friendships, time with family. These things nourish the spirit just as much as physical activity nourishes the body. When people feel supported and engaged in life, the entire system benefits. The heart, the mind, and the emotional world all respond positively to connection. So when you think about blood pressure, remember that it is not only about the arteries or the heart, it is part of a much larger story, a story about how you live, how you move, how you rest, and how you experience the world around you. The numbers on a screen cannot capture the richness of a life well lived. They are simply signals, small pieces of information that help guide thoughtful care. And the best care always includes listening, patience, and collaboration between you and the professionals who support your health. If you ever feel uncertain about your readings or curious about how your body is responding to changes in routine, it can be very helpful to bring those observations to a trusted healthcare provider. Sharing your home measurements, describing how you feel during daily activities, and asking thoughtful questions can open meaningful conversations. Those conversations often lead to adjustments that better suit your individual needs, because good medicine is not about forcing the body to match a rigid standard. It is about working with the body, respecting its rhythms, and supporting its natural balance. And balance is the word that truly matters here. Too little pressure can leave a person feeling unsteady. Too much pressure can place unnecessary strain on the heart and vessels. The body naturally seeks a middle ground where circulation flows smoothly and comfortably. Finding that balance is not a race. It is a process, one guided by observation, patience, and thoughtful care. And the beautiful thing is, you are not powerless in this process. You have knowledge, you have awareness, you have the ability to notice how you feel, how you move, and how your body responds to everyday life. That awareness is incredibly valuable. It turns health from something mysterious into something understandable. It transforms you from a passive patient into an informed partner in your own well-being. And that kind of empowerment can bring a deep sense of confidence. Confidence that you understand your body better than before. Confidence that you can have meaningful discussions about your health. Confidence that you are taking thoughtful steps to support your future, because life after 70, after 80, can still be vibrant. It can still hold discovery, connection, laughter, and quiet moments of joy. Your heart continues its steady rhythm, not just to keep you alive, but to keep you living, to keep you walking, thinking, loving, and experiencing the world. So tonight, if you take away only one message, let it be this: your health journey does not end with age. In many ways, it becomes more personal, more thoughtful, and more meaningful. Listen to your body, move with patience, seek guidance when needed, and remember that caring for yourself is one of the most powerful acts of respect you can offer the life you have lived. You have earned that care, you have earned that patience, and with awareness, support, and balanced choices, the years ahead can continue to hold strength, clarity, and peace. Take a slow breath once more, and know this: your body has carried you through decades of experience, and with understanding, kindness, and steady attention, it can continue to carry you forward with quiet resilience for many years to come.